Let's be honest. Most men completely mess up when it comes to flirting over text. Not because they're not attractive, not because they don't have something valuable to offer, but because they say the wrong things. At the worst possible times. In the most cringe-worthy way. One wrong message, and suddenly she's gone. No reply. Just silence. And worse. You don't even know why. Picture this. You meet a woman, have a great interaction. She gives you her number. You go home, pumped up, thinking, all right, I got this. You text her. Hey, I had a great time today. I can't stop thinking about your eyes. You're amazing. And then? Nothing. Dead air. The moment you hit send, you feel something's off. Deep down, you know. You tried too hard. And that's the problem. Texting isn't just communication. It's a dance. A subtle game of attraction, curiosity, timing, and tone. You don't want to come off as desperate, boring, or robotic. You want to come off as someone who knows how to spark interest, how to build tension, and how to make her smile at her phone screen, even when she's trying not to. So in this video, we're going to fix that. I'm going to give you 4 proven strategies to flirt like a natural, even if you're not one, with real-life examples you can use tonight. Sound fair enough? Let's dive in. Strategy 1. Keep it short and sweet, but playful. Most guys think flirting over text means saying a lot, writing paragraphs, over-explaining, confessing every little feeling like it's a love letter. But the truth is, less is more, especially in the early stages. Here's why. When you send a long message, filled with emotion, intentions, or endless compliments, it doesn't come off as romantic. It comes off as needy, like you're trying too hard to impress her. Or worse, like you're placing your self-worth in her hands. Instead, you need to adopt the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. It's not an insult. It's a golden rule. The shorter your text, the easier it is to process. The more likely she is to reply. And the more room you leave for her imagination to play. But let's be clear, short doesn't mean boring. It doesn't mean texting WID and expecting a deep conversation. It means keeping your message clear, direct, and slightly playful. For example, don't say, hey, I just wanted to tell you that when I saw you earlier, my heart skipped a beat and I haven't stopped thinking about you since. I don't know what this means, but she's already mentally checking out by the second line. Instead say, so, I had a dream about you. Should I be worried? Short, suggestive, fun, and it invites a reply. Another one, missing that face. Send me a picture? It's bold, but it's flirty, not creepy. And it gives her a clear opening to play along. Or try, what are you doing this weekend? Besides thinking about me? This adds confidence, a little tease, and it keeps the conversation light. These types of messages create space. Space for curiosity, space for flirtation, and space for her to engage in a way that feels effortless, not pressured. One more trick. Instead of starting with a question like, how was your day? Flip it. Say something like, I just lost a war with a vending machine. Tell me your day was better. You're not just asking about her, you're starting the story. That's how you keep it short, sweet, and playful. Strategy 2, flirt with positivity, not pressure. Here's the thing. Women can feel your energy through a text. And if your messages come from a place of frustration, loneliness, or desperation, it shows. She might not be able to put it into words, but she'll feel it. And that feeling will make her back away without even knowing why. Too many guys use texting as therapy. Complaining about their job, their ex, their stress, hoping it will build intimacy. But what it really does is turn her into your emotional dumping ground. That's not flirting, that's oversharing. Flirting should feel good, light, playful. It should be the highlight of her day, not another task on her list. So instead of sending negative, heavy texts, aim to lift the energy. Instead of, I had such a crappy day. Everything sucks, say, today was a mess. I'm counting on your laugh to make it worth it. Or, not gonna lie, I need something to smile about. You up for the challenge? You're still being real, but you're turning it into an invitation. You're not asking her to fix you. You're giving her a chance to step into a fun, flirty space. Here's another approach. Tease her gently but kindly. For example, I bet you're the type to text someone. Then leave them on read just for fun. Watch how quickly she defends herself and plays along. Positivity doesn't mean pretending to be happy all the time. It means choosing the tone that creates connection, that makes her smile, that makes her want to respond. Because if your messages feel like a breath of fresh air, you instantly stand out. Remember, you're not trying to impress her with your vocabulary. You're trying to give her a feeling. So the next time you're tempted to rant, pause. Ask yourself, is this going to make her day better or just heavier? And if the answer is the latter, delete it. Then type something that makes her laugh, or blush, or both. That's how you win her attention. And keep it. Strategy 3. Give compliments that touch her mind. Here's a harsh truth. Most compliments men send through text are recycled, empty, or borderline creepy. You're so hot. You have the prettiest eyes. Damn, that body. You might think you're being flattering, but to her, it's noise. Every guy says that, every day, and often. They don't even mean it. So if you want to flirt in a way that actually lands, you need to upgrade your compliments. Start with this principle: flirt with her mind before her body. Show her that what stands out to you isn't something anyone else can copy or scroll past on Instagram. Compliment the things she chose, her mindset, her style, her words, her wit. Instead of, you're gorgeous, say, you know what's dangerous? A woman who's that smart and knows it. Instead of, I like your body. Try, the way your brain works. I could listen to you all day. When you make her feel seen, she lowers her guard. Because now, it's not just about attraction. It's about attention, and thoughtful attention is rare. Of course, you can still mention her looks, but be specific. Not in a creepy way, in a curious way. For example, I can't decide what I like more, your smile or the fact that you know when not to use it. Or, the way you raise one eyebrow when you're about to prove a point. It's unfair. See the difference? It's playful, it's intimate, and it makes her feel like she's more than just a picture. And here's something most men miss. Many women are insecure about the things you think they're proud of. The compliment you thought was sexy might hit a nerve if she's self-conscious. So when in doubt, aim for things that reflect her effort, not just her appearance. Tell her, you have a wild way of explaining things. I love how your mind works. Or, the way you stayed calm in that situation, that stuck with me. These aren't compliments she hears every day. They won't make her roll her eyes. They'll make her reread the message. Maybe even smile at her screen. And that's your goal. Not to impress her, but to make her feel something. Something real. Something rare. Strategy 4. Ask playful, unexpected questions. Most men ask boring questions. How's your day? What are you up to? Did you eat? They don't realize. These aren't conversation starters, they're conversation killers. They don't inspire curiosity. They don't lead anywhere exciting. And they definitely don't make her feel anything. If you want to flirt over text, you need to get a little creative. Not dramatic. Not over the top. Just unexpected enough to catch her off guard, in the best way. Try this one. You get one teleport ticket. Where are we going? Suddenly, she's visualizing herself with you somewhere far away. And that mental image starts to feel real. Or, if we had a lazy Sunday together, no alarms, no plans, what would we do? You've just planted a seed. A moment. An invitation she didn't even realize she wanted. Or even, what's one thing about you I wouldn't believe unless I saw it? You've made her curious. About herself. And that's powerful. Flirting is about co-creating an experience. It's not about trying to be funny or edgy all the time. It's about saying something that gives her a chance to reveal a part of herself, while having fun doing it. And here's the secret weapon: inside jokes. If you've already spent time together or had a few fun exchanges, reference something only the two of you would understand. That, remember the muffin disaster? Kind of moment. It creates a bond. It reminds her, you were there, you paid attention, and you're not like every other guy in her DMs. Add a sprinkle of emojis if it feels natural. But don't flood the message like a 14-year-old on Snapchat. A wink, a smirk, a well-placed emoji can add tone, but your words carry the real weight. Remember, playful questions are your way in. They break routine. They hint at imagination. And most importantly, they make her want to keep the conversation going. Not out of politeness, but because it's fun, because it feels good, because you're giving her something most men never do. An experience. Strategy 5. Things to avoid and timing tricks. Now that you know how to flirt through text the right way, let's talk about how most men ruin it without even realizing. Because sometimes it's not what you say, it's when and how you say it. First, the golden rule. Never text when you're emotionally off balance. If you're feeling anxious, frustrated, lonely, or unsure, pause. Step away from the phone. Because whatever you send in that state won't sound confident, it'll sound desperate. And desperation, no matter how well-meaning, kills attraction instantly. Second, avoid flooding her with messages. If she doesn't respond right away, don't panic and send 3 more follow-ups like, "Are you there? Guess you're busy? Did I say something wrong?" Nothing chases a woman away faster than over-pursuit. Give space. Give silence. Let her wonder why you haven't messaged again, instead of wondering how to get you to stop. Third, don't try to flirt at 2 a.m. unless you already have that kind of relationship. It's not mysterious. It's suspicious. And don't send dry, empty texts in the middle of the day expecting excitement. Timing matters. Your best windows? Evenings. Just before bed. Or Sunday afternoons. These are moments when people naturally slow down and want to feel connected. If your message lands at the right time, it becomes more than words. It becomes a moment. And here's a subtle trick. Mirror her tone, but lead the energy. If she's playful, match her. If she's brief, don't overdo it. But always lead the vibe. Be the one who nudges the conversation from normal to interesting to unforgettable. Oh, and one more thing. Flirtation is a setup, not a destination. Don't drag it on for weeks. At some point, you'll want to move from texting to talking to seeing her in person. Texts are tools. They're not a replacement for chemistry. They're the spark that leads to fire. So use them wisely. Make them count. And when you feel the moment's right, pull back slightly. Let her lean in. Let her feel the shift. And miss your presence. That's when you know she's not just replying, she's investing. Final thoughts. Make her feel, not just respond. At the end of the day, flirting over text isn't about proving how clever you are or how romantic you can be through a screen. It's about one thing, creating an emotional ripple. Something small, but powerful. Something that lingers in her mind long after she's put the phone down. Because here's what most men never realize. When a woman smiles at her phone, she doesn't remember the exact words you said. She remembers how you made her feel. She remembers the little moment of surprise. The way your message broke her routine. The fact that your energy felt different from the rest. That's your real goal, not to impress, but to evoke. So the next time you're about to send a message, pause. Ask yourself, does this text feel generic? Or does it sound like something only I would say to her? If it doesn't feel personal, it won't feel flirty. If it doesn't carry playfulness, it won't land. And if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Flirting isn't about trying harder. It's about being more human, more fun, more present, not begging for attention, but holding your own, creating sparks without forcing fire, letting her feel seen, heard, and slightly teased. In the best way possible, because when done right, a single, well-crafted message can shift everything. It can turn indifference into intrigue, silence into connection, and a casual chat into something worth remembering. So be intentional, be playful, be different, and above all, make her feel not just entertained, but chosen.